Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Annalise and I teach people how to change their lives through changing their thoughts. And today what I want to discuss with you is how to expand your mind to the possibility of anything is possible. Let's say that again. Anything is possible. So I'll start by giving the perfect example of Marconi, who invented the radio back in the late 1800s. And it's so crazy that when he invented radio and he told his friends about it, they thought that it was so impossible that somebody could transmit sound over distances. I think the very first time he did it over a mile and a half, and he tried to tell them and they were like, that's not possible, we're gonna get you sectioned. And they actually went and got a psychiatrist because they thought that he'd gone full-blown mental, because their minds were not expanded enough to the possibility of anything is possible, and they didn't believe that that was possible. So to them, they thought that that was absolutely crazy. And back then, that was kind of crazy. Like, they didn't have TVs, they didn't have the phone. It was mental to think back then that you could hear something that wasn't right in front of your ears. So that's just one prime example of how one person thought outside of the box, expanded their mind to the possibility that anything is possible, and they changed the world. Well, he did use 17 of Tesla's patents to get there, so maybe it was Tesla who actually invented it. Maybe they both had a part in it, but I like to give credit to Tesla. Good old Nikola Tesla. But I'll give you a quick quote here from Steve Jobs. And Steve Jobs said, I'll ad-lib a bit here, I don't know the exact quote, but he said something along the lines of, anyone who is crazy enough to think that they can change the world is the type of person who's going to go out and do it. And just like Steve Jobs, I'm sure, didn't he become like a millionaire within like a month? Became a millionaire within like a month of inventing the Macintosh one. And then of course, he then became a billionaire, got sacked from Apple, his own company, he got sacked from Apple. Then a decade later, come back, revolutionised the world again, created iTunes, iPod, so on and so forth. And we all know how massive Apple is now. So we've all got these little ideas in our minds. There might be inventions. It could be a way of thinking. We've all got these things inside of us, but we keep them in because of fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of humiliation, fear of ridicule. But if you're not brave enough to be that person who says, I think that I can do this, and I'm brave enough to go out and say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to achieve this. If you're not brave enough to do that, then someone else someday, might be a week from now, might be a decade from now, it might be 100 years from now. Here's another great example. Nikola Tesla, let's get back to him. Nikola Tesla had blueprints for basically a smartphone. This was in like the early 1900s, I don't know the exact date, but he couldn't get the funding to make it because everyone was just like, you are mental. There's no way that you can hold this device and see and speak to someone on the other side of the world at the same time. Like, to them, that was just mental. And really, it was mental. He was so far ahead of his time. but he was brave enough and he dared to say, this is what I can do. And now, I mean, the CIA have got all of his files now and they slowly release them bit by bit. And that particular one has been released. And oh my God, before they even had a conventional bloody telephone, he invented the freaking video phone, smartphone. Like, it's crazy. There we go. Crazy. Even I'm calling him crazy because it was freaking crazy. And there you have it. If you've got an idea, I don't care how crazy you think it is. I don't care how crazy you think your friends, your family, even strangers. I don't care how crazy you think the world might think it is. Just go out and do it. Go out and do it, because you might be the person who changes the world. Now, thank you for listening. If you like this video, please like, give us a little comment and subscribe. Thanks very much. Bye.